Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. The story of American coinage is filled with iconic designs and fascinating history, and among those, the Jefferson nickel has held its place firmly for decades. First introduced in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and brought to life the portrait of one of America's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. The design has been cherished by collectors and the general public alike, and when we talk about the 1974 Jefferson nickel, it becomes even more captivating because of its place in history, its features, and the surprising values it can reach in the collector's market today. The Jefferson nickel of 1974 represents a coin struck during a time of both political and economic change in the United States. It was the mid-1970s, a period of inflation and uncertainty, and yet coins like these continued to circulate daily in the hands of millions of Americans. While many nickels were struck in 1974, some examples stand out due to their rarity, condition, and desirability among collectors. The obverse, or front, of the coin proudly displays the left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson. This portrait was originally designed by Felix Schlag, a German-born artist who won a competition held in 1938 to create the new nickel design. His vision was both simple and bold, capturing Jefferson's likeness with dignity and timeless elegance. The details on Jefferson's face, his hair tied back in a ribbon, and the carefully etched lines give the coin its distinguished look. Around the portrait are the words, "In God We Trust," on the left, and "Liberty," along with the year 1974, to the right. These inscriptions balance the design and are standard across Jefferson nickels of that era. On the reverse, the centerpiece is Jefferson's home, Monticello. The mansion is depicted with its classical dome and columns, symbolizing not just Jefferson's residence, but also his deep ties to architecture and history. Above the building is the word, E pluribus unum, and below are the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The design, simple yet majestic, remained largely unchanged from 1938 until the early 2000s, making the Jefferson nickel one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. For the 1974 issue, millions were minted, but that doesn't mean they are all ordinary. Collectors today often seek out coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, and that is where the real value begins to shine. Minted in 3 main locations, the 1974 nickel exists in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco strikes. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint carries the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint created proof coins with the S mark. Each of these has its own level of rarity depending on the condition and quality. Proof coins from San Francisco were specially struck with mirror-like finishes and sharp details, often sold directly to collectors. These are especially prized today when they remain untarnished and preserved in original mint packaging. Regular circulation coins, however, become rarer in value when they survive decades without scratches, nicks, or signs of wear. Collectors look closely at the grade of a coin, which is essentially a measure of its condition. A 1974 Jefferson nickel that has been graded by professional grading companies at high levels like MS66 or MS67 can fetch surprising prices. Flawless examples are not only hard to find but also treasured because they represent the coin exactly as it left the mint. Another aspect that can drastically increase value is the presence of minting errors. The 1970s were known for producing coins with various striking mistakes, and Jefferson nickels were no exception. Coins with off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing elements can instantly transform an ordinary 5-cent piece into a small fortune point. One of the most famous errors that collectors seek is the double die error, where parts of the inscriptions or design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. On a 1974 Jefferson nickel, such an error could make the coin extremely valuable. Other errors include die cracks, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. Each of these makes the 1974 nickel stand out as a rare find. Imagine discovering a nickel worth thousands in your change jar. It's a thrilling possibility that excites collectors. Beyond errors and mint marks, toning can also play a role in value. Some nickels acquire unique rainbow or golden hues over time due to chemical reactions with the environment. When the toning is visually appealing and evenly distributed, collectors often pay a premium. The 1974 nickel, like other coins from that decade, carries historical importance as well. It represents a period just before major design changes began appearing on U.S. coins in the 1980s and beyond. It's a symbol of consistency in a changing America. For many, Jefferson Nickels also hold nostalgic value. They remind people of pocket change from childhood, coin rolls searched during the weekends, or even the first coin someone ever collected. This emotional connection helps fuel the ongoing demand in the hobby. Today, coin collecting has grown into a global passion, and American nickels are some of the most recognized coins worldwide. With the 1974 issue, collectors from many countries seek out pristine examples to add to their sets. When we look at auction records, some Jefferson nickels from the 1970s, including the 1974 issue, have sold for astonishing amounts. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. A single coin can leap from being a common 5-cent piece to a prized treasure in the blink of an eye. It's incredible to think that a coin minted for circulation at just 5 cents could end up being worth thousands of dollars decades later. This is the magic of numismatics, the study and collecting of coins. Every coin has a story, and the 1974 Jefferson nickel is no different. Collectors often emphasize that patience is key. Finding a valuable Jefferson nickel requires sharp eyes, careful searching, and sometimes just plain luck. Whether in circulation, coin rolls, or inherited collections, treasures can appear anywhere. The importance of preservation cannot be overstated. Coins that are kept in protective holders, away from moisture and fingerprints, retain their beauty and value far longer than those exposed to the elements. A well-preserved 1974 nickel will always attract interest. Another fascinating aspect of the Jefferson nickel is its long-running presence in circulation. Few coins have lasted in essentially the same design for over 6 decades. This longevity adds to its recognition and collectability. When collectors discuss Jefferson nickels, the conversation often shifts to the challenge of building a complete collection with every date and mint mark. The 1974 nickel is an essential part of this journey, making it highly desirable for anyone working to complete their set. The thrill of coin collecting lies not just in the monetary value but in the chase itself. Searching for rare dates, high grades, and unique errors is an adventure that continues to attract people of all ages. The Jefferson nickel of 1974 also represents artistry. Felix Schlag's design has stood the test of time, and collectors often appreciate the historical and artistic value of the coin just as much as its financial worth. What makes the 1974 issue even more exciting is that its true gems are often hiding in plain sight. With millions produced, most people overlook them, but sharp-eyed collectors know that within those millions lies the chance of finding an extraordinary example. It's stories like these that keep the coin collecting community vibrant and alive. The discovery of rare Jefferson nickels creates buzz, inspires new collectors, and keeps the legacy of these coins alive for future generations. The journey of the Jefferson nickel, from a simple 5-cent coin to a rare collectible, is a remarkable testament to the power of history, design, and rarity. And when it comes to the 1974 Jefferson nickel, that journey continues to captivate collectors around the world. So while many may see just an ordinary nickel, collectors know that hidden within its design lies a potential treasure. And some of these treasures have been valued at as much as $88,000. Top 2. The Jefferson nickel is one of the most recognized coins in American history, and its story is filled with fascination, artistry, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Among the many years of production, the Jefferson nickel of 1972 holds a very special place for collectors and historians alike. It is not just a coin but a piece of American heritage that still excites coin enthusiasts today. When we think about 1972, it was a time of change in the United States. The nation was going through political shifts, cultural revolutions, and economic adjustments. In the midst of these moments, the U.S. Mint continued to strike coins that would flow into the hands of everyday Americans, including the Jefferson nickel. Yet, despite its humble value of 5 cents, this coin carries far greater significance than meets the eye. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it has since become one of the longest-running coin series in the history of U.S. coinage. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin has stood as a tribute to Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the greatest minds among the Founding Fathers. On the obverse of the 1972 nickel, we find Jefferson's left-facing portrait. His profile is bold yet calm, reflecting his leadership and wisdom. The inscriptions around his image include the words, "In God We Trust," to the left, and "Liberty," followed by the date, 1972, on the right side. This simple yet elegant arrangement gives the coin its distinguished appearance. Turning to the reverse side, we see the beautiful Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. The mansion's dome and columns are sharply detailed, standing as a proud symbol of Jefferson's legacy. Above Monticello is the phrase, "E pluribus unum," while the words, "Monticello, 5 cents," and "United States of America," appear below. This design ties the coin's artistry directly to Jefferson's life and achievements. The 1972 nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco struck-proof coins with an S. Each of these mint variations is of interest to collectors, especially when preserved in perfect condition. Millions of these coins were made in 1972, but condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Circulated coins often show wear, scratches, and loss of detail, making them common and inexpensive. However, coins that survived in pristine, uncirculated grades or proof strikes can reach impressive values. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's worth. Professional grading companies assign grades on a scale, with mint state coins at MS-60 or higher being highly desired. For the 1972 nickel, examples in MS-66 or MS-67 can command remarkable prices, while proof coins with flawless finishes are treasured even more. Another element that excites collectors is the presence of minting errors. During the 1970s, errors were not uncommon, and the 1972 Jefferson nickel is no exception. A doubled die, where inscriptions or parts of the design appear duplicated, is one of the most sought-after errors. Such coins can elevate a simple nickel into a rare and valuable treasure. Other types of errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or even coins struck on the wrong planchet. Each of these mistakes transforms a regular nickel into something extraordinary, catching the eyes of serious collectors. Proof coins from San Francisco are particularly interesting. These were struck with special care, featuring mirror-like fields and frosted details. In the case of the 1972 nickel, a proof coin kept untouched in its original holder can be worth far more than its face value. Collectors also pay attention to toning, the natural coloration that coins develop over time. A 1972 nickel with beautiful rainbow or golden tones, especially when combined with high grades, can be even more desirable than a plain example. It is also important to note the historical significance of the 1972 nickel. This coin was minted just before America celebrated its bicentennial in 1976. Coins of this era reflect a nation preparing to honor its long journey, and the Jefferson nickel stood as a quiet yet powerful part of everyday commerce. The Jefferson nickel design lasted for decades, becoming a familiar part of American life. Generations of people carried these coins in their pockets, often without realizing that certain examples could hold tremendous value. That is what makes searching through old nickels so thrilling. Every coin might be hiding a secret. For many collectors, Jefferson nickels serve as the foundation of their collections. Completing a full set from 1938 to modern times is a challenge that brings joy and satisfaction. Within that journey, the 1972 nickel is an essential piece, and having one in top condition is a point of pride. Auction records show that Jefferson nickels, especially those with rare errors or in immaculate grades, can sell for extraordinary amounts. The 1972 issue is no exception, and examples have turned up at auctions reaching values that surprise even seasoned collectors. The appeal of the 1972 nickel lies not only in its rarity and value but also in its artistry. Felix Schlag's design has endured for decades, admired for its simplicity and strength. Collectors often marvel at how such a small coin can embody so much history and meaning. Coin collecting is a hobby of patience, curiosity, and discovery. The 1972 nickel reminds us that treasures are often found in the most ordinary places. A simple jar of old change might contain a coin worth far more than expected. Preservation plays a huge role in value. Coins kept in protective holders, away from dirt, fingerprints, and air exposure, maintain their luster and sharpness. This is why well-preserved 1972 nickels stand out in the marketplace today. It is also worth mentioning the emotional side of collecting. Many people remember using Jefferson nickels during their childhood, buying candy, or saving them in jars. This nostalgia drives demand, making the coin more than just metal. It becomes a piece of memory. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow worldwide, American coins like the Jefferson nickel are sought after even outside the United States. The 1972 nickel is admired by collectors across the globe who appreciate both its design and its history. The excitement of discovering a rare coin cannot be overstated. Every time a collector examines a Jefferson nickel, there is a chance of uncovering something special, something that makes the hunt worthwhile. The 1972 nickel continues to fuel this passion. Monticello, as depicted on the coin, adds another layer of interest. It reminds collectors of Jefferson's role as a thinker, architect, and statesman. The building stands as both a physical and symbolic landmark, connecting the coin to America's broader story. While millions of Jefferson nickels exist, it is the rare gems that inspire all. The 1972 nickel, in superb condition or with unusual features, is a testament to how even the smallest denomination can become a priceless artifact. Collectors often say that no coin should ever be underestimated. The Jefferson nickel is proof of that. Its humble face value masks the fact that within its ranks are coins worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. The coin's longevity also contributes to its legendary status. Few designs have remained so consistent for so long, and the Jefferson nickel's enduring presence keeps it relevant to both veteran and new collectors. Every Jefferson nickel tells a story, and the 1972 issue tells one of endurance, artistry, and hidden value. It is more than just a 5-cent piece, it is a bridge between everyday life and extraordinary discovery. And so, while most people will see a simple nickel, coin collectors know the truth. Some of these coins, preserved in the right condition, can command values as astonishing as $94,000. Top 3. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American life for generations, and every year of its production adds another chapter to its fascinating story. The 1989 issue, while often overlooked, is actually one of the more intriguing coins of the late 20th century, and it continues to attract collectors who understand that even modern nickels can hold surprising value. The year 1989 marked the end of an era in many ways. America was on the verge of the 1990s, technology was advancing rapidly, and culture was shifting dramatically. Amidst all of this change, the Jefferson nickel remained a constant piece of pocket change, passed from hand to hand in stores, vending machines, and everyday transactions. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the beloved Buffalo nickel and has since become one of the longest-running series in U.S. coinage history. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the nation's greatest thinkers. On the obverse of the 1989 nickel, Jefferson's left-facing profile appears with its dignified and timeless design. Around him are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," on the left, and "Liberty," alongside the year 1989, to the right. This familiar layout remained consistent for decades, a comforting reminder of tradition. The reverse of the coin features Jefferson's Virginia estate, Monticello. Its neoclassical dome and columns are instantly recognizable, and beneath it are the words, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America, with E pluribus unum inscribed above. It is a design that balances both history and artistry. In 1989, the Jefferson nickel was minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark, while those from Denver carried the DE mark. Both mints produced millions of coins, making them widely available in circulation. The San Francisco Mint, however, struck proof coins intended for collectors. These proof nickels had mirror-like fields and frosted details, making them stand out from regular circulation strikes. Collectors prize these proofs when they are preserved in flawless condition. While millions of 1989 nickels exist, collectors know that rarity comes not from the number minted but from condition, errors, and uniqueness. Finding a perfect example in high mint state grades or securing a proof in pristine form is far more difficult than one might imagine. Grading is key to determining a coin's worth. A Jefferson nickel from 1989 in circulated condition is generally worth only face value, but coins graded MS 66 or higher can bring substantial premiums. The jump in value at the highest grades makes condition incredibly important. Errors also play a major role in creating excitement around the 1989 nickel. Coins struck with off-center designs, doubled dies, or die cracks instantly become rare and highly desirable. These unusual errors capture the imagination of collectors and can raise the value of a coin many times over. One of the most notable errors found on Jefferson nickels is the doubled die, where the inscriptions or design elements appear duplicated. On a 1989 nickel, this type of error can be dramatic and extremely valuable. Another type of error includes off-metal strikes, where a nickel is mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. Discovering a 1989 nickel struck on the wrong metal would be a collector's dream, instantly turning an ordinary coin into a treasure. Collectors also look for proof coins with cameo or deep cameo contrast, where the frosted details stand out sharply against mirror-like fields. These high-quality proofs are particularly stunning and highly collectible. Toning adds yet another layer of interest. Over time, some nickels develop colorful hues due to natural oxidation. A 1989 nickel with rainbow or golden toning can be far more attractive to collectors, often commanding higher prices. The 1989 Jefferson nickel also holds historical value. It was minted during a time when America was experiencing great change, from the Cold War coming to a close to rapid technological advancements. Owning a coin from this year is like holding a piece of history in your hand. For many people, Jefferson nickels bring back childhood memories. They were used to buy candy, saved in jars, or collected in albums. This emotional connection gives the coin more than just financial value, it becomes a keepsake of personal history. Building a complete collection of Jefferson nickels is one of the great joys of coin collecting. Every year a mintmark adds a new challenge, and the 1989 nickel is an essential piece of that journey. Auction results prove that even modern nickels can bring astonishing amounts when they are rare or in perfect condition. The 1989 nickel, while common in circulation, can soar to surprising values in the right grade or with the right error. Collectors appreciate not just the financial worth but also the artistry of the Jefferson nickel. Felix Schlag's design, with its bold portrait and depiction of Monticello, remains a classic of American coinage. The thrill of collecting lies in the possibility that something ordinary could turn out to be extraordinary. The 1989 nickel exemplifies this, reminding us never to overlook the change in our pockets. Proper preservation is essential for protecting value. A 1989 nickel stored in a protective holder, away from moisture and fingerprints, can remain as brilliant as the day it was struck, making it all the more appealing to collectors. Even outside of the United States, American nickels are collected worldwide. The 1989 issue continues to spark interest among international collectors who admire both its design and its story. Searching through rolls of nickels remains a popular activity for hobbyists. The possibility of discovering a rare 1989 era coin keeps the excitement alive and brings new people into the hobby. The legacy of the Jefferson nickel is one of endurance. Few coin designs have lasted so long, and its continued presence in circulation ensures it will remain a part of American life for years to come. Monticello's image on the reverse is more than a design, it is a symbol of Jefferson's intellect, architecture, and leadership. Each 1989 nickel carries this symbolism, making it more than just currency. When collectors speak of hidden treasures, they often mean coins like the 1989 nickel. Ordinary in appearance, yet extraordinary when rare examples are found, it is a reminder that treasures can be discovered in everyday life. The Jefferson Nickels series continues to inspire passion and dedication among coin enthusiasts. Each date tells a different story, and the 1989 nickel tells one of modern history, artistry, and surprising value. And while many people see just another 5-cent piece, true collectors know the hidden potential within. Some 1989 Jefferson Nickels have reached values as astonishing as $64,000. Top 4. The Jefferson nickel is one of the most iconic and long-lasting coins in American history, and each year of its production adds to the story of numismatics. The 1991 issue is particularly fascinating because, although it may appear to be an ordinary coin to most people, collectors know that rare examples from this year can hold tremendous value. The year 1991 was a period of transition in the United States. The Cold War was drawing to a close, technology was advancing at an incredible pace, and American culture was shifting rapidly toward a new era. Through all of these changes, the humble Jefferson nickel continued to circulate as a constant part of daily life. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag, whose vision captured the dignified image of Thomas Jefferson, one of the most important figures in American history. The design was so successful that it remained largely unchanged for decades. On the obverse of the 1991 nickel, we see Jefferson's left-facing portrait. His features are bold and calm, reflecting his legacy as a president, philosopher, and visionary. The inscriptions around the portrait include, "In God We Trust," on the left, and "Liberty," with the year 1991 on the right. The reverse of the coin features Jefferson's Virginia estate, Monticello. With its neoclassical dome, columns, and symmetry, Monticello has become one of the most recognizable images in U.S. coinage. Above the mansion is E Pluribus Unum, and below are the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. In 1991, the Jefferson nickel was struck at multiple mints. Philadelphia produced coins with no mint mark, Denver produced coins with the DE mint mark, and San Francisco struck proof coins with the S mint mark for collectors. Each variation offers something unique for numismatists. Although millions of nickels were minted in 1991, the real treasures lie in the condition of the coins. Circulated nickels are plentiful and worth only their face value, but coins that survive in pristine, uncirculated condition or proof strikes in flawless form can be worth far more. Grading is the key to determining a coin's value. Professional grading services evaluate the quality of a coin based on details, luster, and overall preservation. A 1991 Jefferson nickel in high mint state grades like MS66 or MS67 can reach impressive prices at auctions. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially valued by collectors. These coins were struck with mirror-like fields and frosted details, giving them a beautiful contrast. A perfect proof example of the 1991 nickel is a true collector's prize. Error coins also capture attention. Mistakes that occur during minting, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can make a 1991 nickel far rarer and more valuable than a regular strike. Collectors actively search for such unusual varieties. One of the most fascinating types of errors is the doubled die, where inscriptions or parts of the design appear doubled due to misalignment during the striking process. A 1991 nickel with this error could be worth a small fortune. Other errors include coins struck on the wrong planchet, die cracks running across the surface, or missing design details. Each of these errors transforms a common nickel into something extraordinary. Toning is another factor that can make a 1991 nickel unique. Over time, coins can develop shades of gold, blue, or even rainbow colors. Attractive toning combined with a high grade often commands premium prices from collectors. The historical significance of the 1991 nickel cannot be overlooked. It represents a time just before the sweeping technological revolution of the 1990s, and holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of history in your hand. For many people, Jefferson Nickels bring back memories of childhood. They were used in vending machines, coin jars, and savings collections. This nostalgic connection adds to the charm and desirability of the coin among hobbyists. Building a complete set of Jefferson Nickels is a popular challenge among collectors. Each year and mintmark must be included, and the 1991 nickel is an important part of this journey. Finding it in superb condition makes the collection even more impressive. Auction results reveal that Jefferson Nickels, even from modern years like 1991, can sell for astonishing amounts when they are in perfect condition or feature unusual errors. This is why collectors carefully examine every coin they find. The artistry of the Jefferson nickel is another reason for its popularity. Felix Schlag's design captures the spirit of Jefferson's legacy and Monticello's timeless architecture, making the coin a blend of history and beauty. The thrill of coin collecting lies in the possibility that something ordinary could turn out to be extraordinary. The 1991 nickel proves that even a 5-cent piece can hold hidden treasures if the right example is discovered. Proper preservation is essential. A 1991 nickel kept in a protective case, away from moisture and handling, will retain its brilliance and sharp details, making it highly appealing to collectors decades later. The appeal of the 1991 nickel extends beyond the United States. Collectors worldwide are fascinated by American coinage, and Jefferson Nickels are a popular choice for those who admire both history and design. Searching through rolls of nickels remains an exciting pastime. The chance of discovering a rare 1991-era coin or a high-grade example keeps collectors engaged and hopeful with every search. The Jefferson Nickels series is one of endurance and legacy. Few designs have lasted so long in American coinage, and its continued presence connects generations of people who have used it in daily life. Monticello's appearance on the reverse is not just decorative but symbolic. It connects the coin directly to Jefferson's vision and achievements, reminding us of his impact on the nation. The 1991 nickel, while common in circulation, is rare and valuable in the right circumstances. This duality is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Ordinary coins can sometimes reveal extraordinary surprises. Collectors know that no coin should ever be underestimated. The Jefferson nickel of 1991 is proof of that, as its rare high-grade or error examples continue to astonish the numismatic community. Every Jefferson nickel tells a story, and the 1991 issue tells one of modern history, timeless design, and unexpected value. It is a coin that still excites and inspires collectors today, and while to most people it may look like just another 5-cent coin, the truth is that some 1991 Jefferson Nickels have reached values as high as $56,000. Top 5. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1938, and even into the new millennium it continued to circulate as one of the most recognized coins in the United States. The 2001 Jefferson nickel, though modern, holds a story that fascinates collectors and investors alike. The year 2001 was a defining moment in American history, marked by events that shaped the nation's future. Against this backdrop, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Jefferson Nickels, coins that would pass through countless hands in daily transactions yet still hold hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Since its beginning, the Jefferson nickel has stood as a tribute to Thomas Jefferson, the nation's third president and author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin has carried his portrait and Monticello for decades, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. On the obverse of the 2001 nickel, Jefferson's profile appears facing left, his features bold and dignified. The inscriptions surrounding him include, "In God We Trust," on the left, and "Liberty," along with the year 2001, on the right. It is a timeless design that reflects strength and legacy. The reverse of the coin features Jefferson's home, Monticello. Its elegant dome and columns stand as a reminder of Jefferson's architectural brilliance and his role in shaping the nation. Above the building appears the phrase, E pluribus unum, while below it are the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. By 2001, Jefferson Nickels were being struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with proof versions also produced at the San Francisco Mint. Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark, Denver coins displayed the D mark, and San Francisco proofs carried the S mint mark. Millions of these coins were struck, but as collectors know, rarity does not always depend on mintage numbers. What truly determines value is condition, grade, and the presence of minting errors that makes certain examples unique. A circulated 2001 nickel is common and usually worth only face value. However, in uncirculated mint state grades, especially MS66 or higher, values increase significantly. The rarity of finding such a perfect coin in a sea of circulated pieces is what drives collectors to pay premium prices. Proof coins from San Francisco are another highlight of the 2001 nickel. These specially struck pieces feature mirror-like surfaces and frosted details, making them stand out from ordinary circulation strikes. When preserved in flawless condition, they are among the most sought-after examples. Collectors also search for error coins from 2001. Errors are rare and often accidental, but when they occur, they add immense value. Examples include off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. A double die error is one of the most famous varieties sought after by collectors. On a 2001 nickel, this could show up as doubled lettering in the inscriptions or even on the details of Monticello. Such errors transform a common coin into a valuable rarity. Other mistakes like clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing, or dramatic die breaks, also spark tremendous collector interest. These coins are often one of a kind, making them highly prized. Toning also plays a role in making certain 2001 nickels unique. Over time, coins can develop beautiful rainbow, gold, or blue hues due to chemical reactions with the environment. Attractive toning on a high-grade nickel can dramatically boost its appeal. The historical context of the 2001 nickel adds to its significance. It was the last year before major changes swept across the U.S. in both politics and culture. These coins stand as silent witnesses to a nation on the brink of transformation. For many collectors, Jefferson Nickels also carry personal nostalgia. They are remembered from childhood, collected in albums, and saved in jars. This emotional connection makes even modern issues like the 2001 nickel meaningful to hobbyists. Completing a collection of Jefferson Nickels requires attention to detail. Collectors strive to gather every date, mint mark, and proof, and the 2001 nickel is an essential piece of that journey. Auction records show that modern Jefferson Nickels can still achieve impressive results when they are flawless or when they feature dramatic minting errors. The 2001 nickel is no exception, and rare examples continue to surprise the numismatic world. The artistry of Felix Schlag's design is another reason this coin remains popular. The balanced combination of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's architecture gives the coin a classic beauty that never goes out of style. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the unexpected. An ordinary coin from pocket change could turn out to be extraordinary under the right circumstances. The 2001 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of this thrill. Preservation is vital to maintaining value. Coins kept in protective holders away from fingerprints, air, and moisture stay brilliant and sharp. Collectors know that a well-preserved 2001 nickel is always in demand. Interest in American coinage is global, and Jefferson Nickels are collected worldwide. The 2001 issue, with its modern appeal, continues to be admired by international numismatists who value both history and design. Searching through rolls of nickels remains a favorite hobby for many. The idea of stumbling upon a rare 2001 era coin or a high-grade uncirculated piece keeps collectors motivated. The Jefferson Nickels series represents continuity in U.S. coinage. For more than 6 decades, it remained a reliable design, and the 2001 issue carries on that legacy proudly. Monticello, as seen on the reverse, symbolizes Jefferson's intellect and creativity. Every 2001 nickel reminds us of his contributions to American society and democracy. Though millions were struck, the rare gems hidden within the 2001 vintage continue to excite collectors. A common 5-cent piece can transform into something truly remarkable when the right qualities are present. Collectors often remind beginners not to underestimate modern coins. The 2001 nickel demonstrates that even a coin only a few decades old can hold serious value when it is flawless or unique. Every Jefferson nickel tells a story of history, artistry, and perseverance. The 2001 nickel tells one of transition, nostalgia, and the enduring appeal of American coinage. And while most people will see nothing more than a small piece of change, true collectors know the truth. Some 2001 Jefferson nickels have reached values as high as $36,000.